안녕하세요, Dumbfounded입니다. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Fun with Dumb. I still have that Korea bug because I just got back from the motherland and a family trip in Hawaii. I had a great 2 weeks vacationing with my fam, a lot of healing, a lot of getting in touch with my roots. And that includes just family roots, things I didn't know, dark family secrets, skeletons in the closet that got unveiled. And we'll talk all about that. Right now, I'm joined by my co-host and one of my best friends, Rick Lee.
Boop, boop. What's good, guys?
How you doing? Or did you just get back from Jamaica or what? What was that?
From a dance hall spot.
Yeah, man.
Nah, I just feel good, man. I missed you, you know?
I
It's been
missed
a minute.
you too, bro. Steffi is away in New York City right now, so
Yeah.
it's just the guys. It's just
the
the guys.
guys.
Come on,
Come on,
man.
hey,
Let's
come
go.
on.
Let's go.
You know I have to ask this, though, bro.
Yeah.
How was the family vacation, bro? Because, you know, for the couple of past episodes that we were on, you were talking about the prep. You were talking about the mental packing. How did it turn out?
And we did it. We did it, man. We did it, Joe. I booked a family trip to Hawaii. Spent 5 days in Hawaii with my mom, my sister, and my nephew.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was the man of the family to organize and coordinate activities and
Yeah.
such, whether it was snorkeling, swimming, going to
Oh,
the
you
beaches,
actually
rent a
created
car.
the itinerary?
I created the itinerary. I was the resort master. Yeah.
Right.
And it was amazing, man.
How successful were you with accomplishing all the activities?
I think it was great. I think my family had a good time. And a lot of times the kid kind of takes over the family trip. Like
Right.
you do what the child wants to do. And
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah.
You know, Nova, my nephew, was super happy. So that was fantastic. And there was so many different things that me and my sister went through as a kid with our family, like dark moments that we've never talked about. So we have our like own versions of our stories.
Right.
And we started talking about that. And my mom started sharing things and bringing up memories that I forgot because my mom was a grown adult during that time.
Right.
Me and my sister were kids, so
Yeah.
we don't remember, but she full on remembers every little detail.
Yeah.
So that was nice to unpack, man. It was very sweet.
Was it repression, or you guys just never talked about it? You guys just kind of swept it under the rug. You and your sister, all the things.
I think I never wanted to talk about it.
Right.
And I don't have experience sharing those things in a non-comedic way.
So what'd you do? You're like, here, mom, here's a masubi, a pina colada. Why'd you do that?
No. What I did was I listened because
Oh.
my mom is always trying to talk and share things. And I think I'm a little triggered by that,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
I was really patient. I allowed everyone to get their piece in. And all I did was listen.
That's crazy. I saw the review. People were saying you were a delight to be with.
I was. My sister wrote like a very sweet caption.
Let's talk about.
Should we
that
pull it
real
up?
quick. Yeah.
All right, let me just pull it up and say it, and you can share what you think about this caption.
I'll share
right?
what I think about it.
So my sister posts a family photo right after we just come back from Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
and her caption reads, one second, oh, did she delete it? What the hell? I'm serious. Okay, it says, farewell, Oahu. Our first of many park family trips saw the most patient, caring, and most selfless version of my brother. Saw him be the most amazing uncle to my son. This was definitely a trip for the books. To my brother Johnny, thank you so much, and I love you. We will always remember this trip.
So when you wrote that, did you use it as a perspective?
I did not write that.
Yeah.
I didn't pressure her to write that.
No, that's crazy. She talked to you like a new version of a car. You know what I mean? The 2025.
No, but I did feel like I was the most patient version
Yeah.
of myself. I did feel like it was the best version of myself I even saw in myself, right?
Yeah, no, that's
I don't know.
no, that's crazy. You deserve that praise though, because when she wrote that, I was like, damn, because you were talking about planning to do that, to have a little bit more patience, to be a little more in tune and present. And man, it's easier to say it, and then when you're there, you're like, oh, you know, you go back to your old ways. Did you get close to kind of
Yeah, you know,
cracking a little bit or what?
here's the thing about family trips is when you go on a family trip, a lot of times it's in areas with other families as well, right?
Right.
And when you see every family doing what they have to accommodate children and take around 3 kids or an elderly, you have so much respect for family. Like, go to Disneyland on a Saturday on a summer night and see what these families do for their kids.
Yeah.
Waiting in line 3 hours for some Cars ride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't ever say Cars Ride. First of all, it's incredible.
Cars Ride is like the most popular one, but like they're in the hot sun because I got that little VIP pass where they escort you around to the front line.
Okay.
So I got spoiled. But when I was doing that, I felt so guilty for all these families,
Right.
but I had so much appreciation for them. So
I completely agree, man. As a new father, I realized even when you arrive to a destination, getting out the car before a kid was turn off the engine, lock the door. Now it's a whole 2-minute process. You know, you have to. There's things that you realize. Oh, this is the norm now.
And I can't wait to do it again 10 years from now.
That's yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm trying to do it more often. And my nephew remembered this experience. And right after the trip, my sister's been texting me like, yo, Nova wants to see you. So there's an expectation.
Right.
That I step up to the plate and be an uncle who's present constantly.
I mean, she said you're the favorite uncle now.
I
right?
am the favorite uncle. I
apologize.
The other uncles ain't got the bag like me, you know.
right.
Nah, I'm sorry. I don't have the bag like that. But they don't got the bag like me.
Stranger to favorite, huh?
You know what I'm saying? I am the favorite uncle.
So right after that, you hopped over the pond and went to you went to Korea right after?
I went to the motherland, spent a week there.
Uh-huh.
It's good.
What did you do?
Human. I just worked. I'm writing something right now.
Right.
I wanted to kind of change the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So shout out my boy Donnie from New York who came with me. And
how did you not tan at all? Like that's kind of crazy.
I am more on the tanner side.
You really?
I'm more on the tanner side, man. What you been up to, bro? You're staying at hotels all around Los Angeles.
Dude, luckily
staycation,
now.
as they call it.
A little staycation, you know. I have a beautiful situation set up right now where thanks to Discover LA and Dine LA, they're taking my Bob Ross food content to another level where now I'm going to different locations and they want me to describe it and kind of recap the experience. So I'm kind of like the husband of the year right now. You know what I mean? I'm taking my wife out and my kids to different hotels, different amenities. It's fun, you know, and it lined up perfectly because my birthday just passed.
Yeah.
So they put me in Hotel Roosevelt. Dude, incredible. Have you been to the pool at Hotel Roosevelt?
Yeah.
Dude, it felt...
You're using the little plug right now?
No, my bad. Topless women. They're just people just sunbathing. Yeah, bro.
How are you the husband of the year?
We walking in. No.
Topless women.
No,
right?
my wife is the one that pointed it out to me, but it just seemed like a very...
And then you have to pretend like you didn't see it. Like,
exactly,
what are you talking about? Topless women? I don't see nobody here.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been working. Just a lot of different job opportunities have been popping up, so I've just been busy, man.
I mean, I feel like we all need to get away a little bit because this country, there's a lot of things going on right now. We got the election. We got the Olympics going on.
Let's go.
Let's talk about the Olympics, man.
Did you see the opening?
I didn't see the opening.
I didn't either, to be honest with you. I didn't either.
What's going on with the streaming of this Olympic Games? I don't know where to watch this thing. I just watched the clips.
Yeah.
And
highlight reels.
There's amazing things happening. You saw that Hawaii photo?
Yeah.
Where the guy's like floating in the air.
Yeah.
That photographer better get a raise, man.
Bro, there's a lot of stuff. Dumb. Were you if you were to go out to the Olympics, what sport do you think you would
My sprint game was crazy, bro. No, I can dust y'all in a little sprint.
Yo, I'm
Short
so
distance.
overweight right now. I will dust you in a race right now.
I don't think so, bro.
Are you kidding me?
You're big. And your calves are huge, but I'm fast, bro.
You're fast?
And Alex, are you fast or what?
I used to be super fast. That was my athletic kind of highlight.
Were you in track?
Can we do a foot race?
We'll
like
do
the
a foot
Fun with
race.
Dumb squad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd smoke y'all, bro.
Are you really that fast?
I'm fast. I'm Cat Williams fast.
I'm Tekashi 6ix9ine fast,
I am
bro.
fast. I will smoke y'all. Do you think you could beat us in a race, Alex?
I think
Be real.
it would be close. Depends how long the race is. You know,
That
like
is
if it's
true,
going to
too.
be
It's
like
short
I'm a
distance.
sprint game.
Yeah,
I'm a
if it's
sprint game.
like a
Obviously,
40
you're
yard
winning
versus
along.
like the full, track lap.
Yeah.
There's endurance,
I'm more
strategy.
confident in my short distance.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm a burst type
Is
of
what
guy.
I tell all the ladies. Yeah.
While you were in Korea, anything new? Anything what was the experience like, man?
Same old there, man. I just want to check on my country. It looks like it's doing fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hot.
Is
If
it?
anybody knows, just Asia in the summer,
It's not the destination.
unbearable.
It's not the destination.
It's terrible. It's terrible. There's nothing like summer vibes, man. I love the summer.
How has your summer been so far?
It's been good. I think this is. Wait, is this my first summer sober?
Nah.
No. Yeah, never mind. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
This is my second summer sober, but it's been good, man.
Summer's over. Summer's sober, huh? Summer's sober. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm trying to. You know what? For my birthday, when I was at the hotel, I was day drinking at the pool. The hangover now. I mean, you might not remember, but at our age, dude, the hangover is so vicious. I think I'm right down the verge of just giving up drinking for a little bit too.
Yeah, man.
I
Try
just feel. You know what I also noticed, man, and not to get all scary, but when you reach your 40s, we're not there yet, but a lot of the friends that are still kind of messing around and partying, that's when the stuff kind of shows up, bro. You know what I mean? The health issues start popping their head out.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of worried about that. I'm thinking about just the longevity. Yeah, dude.
The
Why do we have
gouts.
3 friends right now with gout?
Kidney failure. Yeah. That tells you you're old. Yeah. Because you don't have like kids in the early 20s like, yeah, my homie got gout, bro. We can't be going out today. Yeah. Nah, that's embarrassing, you know?
I asked my boy, how you doing? He's like, yeah, just push the kidney stone out. Like, come on.
You can't have an entourage with gout.
You can't hang out with gout, bro.
Nah, you can't have an entourage filled with kidney failures and gout. And
especially Koreans, because our diet is crazy,
Yeah.
All that pork, all that abundant amount of meat and soju. It's definitely something I'm trying to curb it a little bit. Plus, also, the reward is not that great either. Like when I'm surrounded with people that aren't really drinking either, it's not as fun when you're drinking.
I will say this though, even though why do I sound drunk? Even though I'm sober,
yeah,
I will say all those moments in the past where I up were still fun.
Oh yeah.
And those memories were worth it. So I disagree with you on that statement.
Now when I'm surrounded with people, because a lot of my friends are going sober,
Yeah.
and when I'm the only one drinking, it's not like it has to be a group thing. You can't be the only one kind of slosh. You just feel judged. I don't know. But you're definitely right. Like all those times, the late nights and all the debauchery, like I will never give that up.
Those are all memories. It was fun. That's why I don't judge.
Necessary, bro.
That's why I don't judge anybody who gets hammered,
Yeah.
because there are memories to be made from that. But the hangover is definitely brutal.
This revamping of Johnny Park, let's talk about this real quick.
JONNIE.
I'm just saying, are you going to run for like, why are you at Pumsan?
Oh, buying ice cream for family.
First of all, why are you buying random kids ice cream? What's going on right now? You're positive and it's cool, but it's...
So this is what happened. I went to Pumsan, which is an ice cream shop in Koreatown. I'm in line, and the family right in front of me is like, the parents look at me and go, "Oh, dumbfounded, big fan of the podcast, everything."
Right.
That makes me feel so
they're
good.
young. They're kind of younger parents.
Yeah, so that makes me feel so good, and I'm like, let me buy your family some ice cream, Turns out they got 16 kids.
Yeah, there was
No, it's like 4 or 5 kids. It's a lot of kids.
Right.
The whole ice cream transaction is taking like 16 minutes. We're angering the people behind us.
Right.
No, it was a lovely family.
Yeah.
I bought them ice cream and had a nice chat with them as we were eating our ice cream.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
It was cool. I don't know what the energy is. I posted something like a week ago with like Aiden helping, the elderly, and now it's like young children.
Yo, shout out Aiden for giving the whole thou. That was kind of sick.
He said it was from me. I didn't even know that's how he was gonna do it.
Yeah.
I just gave him the 1,000 to like distribute it to different elderly.
Right,
but he gave it to one
that
lucky.
I know that.
She better have really needed that. I swear.
I know.
No. I'm sure she did.
Right.
Shout out to Aiden, what he's doing. Shout out to the family that I ran into that I gave that ice
That was
cream
a beautiful
to.
thing. I'm kind of pulling your leg, but I don't know, man. Just seeing this new side of Dumb, it's very inspiring, man.
I mean, I'm just trying to be a better person.
I know, but I don't like it how you're winning in every angle all at once. I don't like that. You're gonna have family healing. You change bum town to dumb son. You know what I mean? You're helping out homeless people. You got a new muscle car. Like, yo, chill.
Nah. I think I'm going through a midlife crisis officially. No, officially, because we've talked about midlife crises in the past,
Right.
But we were only like 30 or something like that.
Yeah.
Now we're approaching 40.
Yeah.
And it truly is like that. That's like the midlife
is.
crisis.
It is.
Because I'm getting I got the muscle car, 1967 El Camino.
Yeah.
Come on, fam.
Come on,
Stop.
bro. I see you.
And it feels a little like,
You're wearing little boy clothes now. Like, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know what's
you
going
got
on
the-
with
you
this
got
shirt.
the-
This is a little boy's
The
clothes.
midlife crisis.
But yeah, I don't know. I just want to give back to the community.
yeah.
You know, I have always talked about it, but I don't know if I truly have. You know?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, we talk about giving back to the community, but in like a metaphoric way. It's like, yo, man, through my success, I'm giving back. But you're literally, you're aiding. You're doing what you're doing.
Oh, with that said, let me mention something that's been on my mind, actually.
Talk to me.
So I've been scrolling on my socials, right? And my algorithm
That
is
sounded so.
wait.
I've been seeing. Okay,
No.
Yeah.
I've been on my socials scrolling, and my algorithm has been presenting me with tons of Asian artists, Asian rappers in particular.
Yo, they coming out the woodworks.
Everywhere. Asian rappers in Canada, East Coast, down south, Southern California,
Yup.
everywhere. Ones I've never even heard of.
Yup.
And here's the thing, and a lot of them are talented.
Mhm.
Much love to these Asian rappers coming out. It's a different time we live in since the days we were rapping,
For sure.
But I've noticed the pattern. Every Asian rapper I see making a video of them rapping live in front of a microphone, they seem to have some sort of Asian prop. I'm talking one Asian rapper is spin on the mic holding a samurai sword.
Yeah.
Another one with a straw hat. One's holding a bowl of noodles.
Bottle of soju.
Every bar has the word chink or calling themselves a gook, and every stereotype that we've heard in the past, right?
Right.
And here's the thing. I'm not saying that in the past we haven't, self-deprecated using an Asian reference, right?
Yeah.
As we spit, because there's like a shock factor attached to it.
Yeah.
But I do feel like in 2024, there's no reason to double down on all these Asian stereotypes for a reaction.
That hard.
It's like way too much. I feel like we're taking one step forward because these are talented individuals,
Yeah.
and two steps back. Two steps back with
Dude.
how much they're doubling down on these Asian stereotypes.
I completely agree, bro.
I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, this is a conversation we could have in the comments
Yeah.
or whatnot. And this is just an observation, a pure
Yeah.
observation.
No slight, just we see it.
It
And-
makes it a little bit harder for me to repost or support, in my opinion.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what's the idea here. Like, is the strategy to reclaim the word chink and gook and all of that?
Yeah.
But it's also confusing because you have
Reclaiming the
Korean
word-
dudes saying samurai. You got a Japanese dude saying K-pop.
Right.
Like everyone's just mixing in every Asian stereotype.
If I hear that bar one more time, dude, the K-pop,
I'm just saying,
Right,
it's just
right.
like overly done. It's played. It doesn't seem interesting to me. I don't know.
You know what I think? It's like when we were growing up, we were surrounded with a lot of Asians, right? We were
Yeah.
surrounded with our immediate friends were Asian. So when we said it, it was just kind of like it was self-deprecation, but it was also just kind of like the lining of truth. Like we were talking about our realities. I feel like the kids now, their immediate circle of group, it's so multicultural that it's not like them kind of like chiming in and preaching to the choir, but they're literally telling their boys. A lot of them are predominantly black too, or like if they're from the hood,
Yeah.
like they'll be like, yeah, man, I'm a chink, I'm a gook, and then they're doubling down on that thing.
I get it. I'm just trying to figure out what's the logic here. Is it the thing where Eminem in the final round is like, yeah, I am trailer trash. My mom is a druggie.
Say
Like,
something you don't know about me.
yeah, I don't know
Right.
what's what's going on here?
Yeah.
Is it like I'm beating you to the punch so I don't get made fun of? I'm just trying to figure out the logic of all of this, and this is a conversation we could have. I just noticed so much of it.
Yeah.
Like literally I ran into 5-6 different Asian rappers who are doing the exact same kind of thing. I'm not saying they sound the same. Like a lot of them are very different. They got bars. They're doing different styles. And I think they're talented, bringing a cool visual aesthetic. But is it a shock factor to be like, I don't know in 2024 if it's that special that you're an Asian dude rapping? Because a lot of the bars that I hear
Right.
is like, oh, y'all never seen an Asian dude rap. It's like, no, we have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, we have. Not only have I, like I know like 50.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
So
absolutely right.
it's just weird that that's your entry point. It's like y'all never seen a gook rap. You know?
I do. I think they like tried everything to kind of infiltrate. They try to normalize without talking about that stuff. And then when they don't talk about it, the comments and the reaction to the rap is already that anyway. Like, look at this Asian guy, look at this Ching Chong rapping. So they're literally taking that criticism and counter-striking it and saying it first. It's kind of like female rappers nowadays. You know how they're like super vulgar about sex and like my cat, all this stuff. Like they're just doubling, tripling down on the thing. But you're absolutely right, man.
No, I get it. I think there's something about it that feels weird to me because those are all those stereotypes that we've heard so much from different people. I don't think anyone is flipping it, even like just because we're all of a sudden saying it doesn't even sound that witty or special or interesting to me.
Yeah. No, I
You know what I'm saying?
I completely agree.
So I don't know.
I wonder if all their tracks are like that, or if it's just like if they have.
It could be just the clips.
It could just be the clips,
and maybe it's a strategy. Which, okay, I can understand if it's a strategy,
But that's the next question: is the virality worth it?
That's what I'm saying. I think that's another conversation to be had. We're doing anything we can for the sake of virality, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's driving the art form forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I never been a fan of the whole like shock factor of dressing yourself up to be someone who's like unexpected. And I hate that being Asian is already assumed you can't rap.
Right.
That's like you already wearing that as a costume to let people know like
Damn.
no. It's like, there was all these videos back in the day on YouTube. I hated this kind of video too. Where like white dudes or black dudes would dress up as nerds.
Oh yeah.
And they go up to strangers.
Yeah.
And be like, "Hey guys, you want to hear me rap?" And they dressed up like nerds, so people walking by would not assume they got bars, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they know they can rap, and they spit, and everyone's like, "What? I thought you were a nerd." I feel like the same thing is happening here.
Yo, that's so true.
Because
I'm an Uber driver. I got beats. You want to hear me rap?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I think is happening here. Which, if that's what's happening, then you're already dressing yourself up.
Yeah.
in
You're already doing a
costume.
minstrel already.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
That's
So
true.
I'm just kind
bro.
of thinking about the possibilities of what might be happening.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think we've ever taken that route. And now that I think about it, like in our careers.
No. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not. I mentioned this earlier. I'm not saying there wasn't moments that we've done that. I think for sure we've done that because early on it was a tough time during the early days of an Asian rapper.
Please.
We've heard it so many times. So we did the same thing as like Eminem did in his like final round. in 8 Mile,
Right. You're right.
Like Jin did it a lot in 106 in Park. When he was battling, he's like, "Yeah, that's why your girl has my dumplings in her mouth.
Yeah.
Check your shoes. That's why it says made in China."
Yeah.
And that's still not even as
That's what I'm
bad
saying.
as like what's going on right now.
Yeah, I'm
which
not
is
going
crazy.
out with a geisha costume. You know
It's
what I
like
mean?
it's like way worse now. What I'm saying is it's 2024. That was like a long time ago. So I'm just wondering, it should be better now.
You have credence in what you're saying, but I also think right now in the social media climate, that one shock value is like an entry point for people to check out more of your stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's that one Asian guy going around like, he says, "Yo, I have so many girls that I'd rather have a dude now." Like that was his bar, you know what I mean? And it's so shocking to the point where people are like, who the hell is this guy? And it's that entry point. It infiltrates someone's interest and they go check it out. But my question is, I'm from the era of just like, my artistry as a whole, or like my brand as a whole. I don't want it to be hanging off of one viral or like one shock value piece of content. You know what I mean? But I feel like now people are not thinking that deep, or not that deep, but not thinking it so seriously. Just like, oh, I'm thinking about my whole spectrum as an artist. It's like, let's just get them to listen. Let's just get them to be interested any way possible.
I get it. I just don't know if the expense of people laughing at our culture,
Right.
or leaning into the stereotypes we've heard for our whole lives,
Yeah.
is the way to do that.
No, the way you said it was perfect. One step forward, two steps back. That's how I
what
feel
I'm saying.
like.
It's one step forward far as a representation of us on music. It's two steps backwards far as like every stereotype that they're enforcing.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. This is a good conversation to be had, though. I'd like to hear some thoughts. Too.
Yeah,
Do you have any thoughts on this, Alex? I feel like Alex might have some good thoughts on this.
Yeah, so it's complicated to say, once you start pointing fingers at like certain situations or certain mentalities of people coming to try to like, it's ultimately their art form that they're, and it's how deeply you believe like that they're connecting with, letting out what they want to say. I'm not really explaining this correctly. On some point, you guys do sound like you're the older generation looking down at this new generation.
I'm
So
not- okay,
like that's very fair,
okay.
for you guys to
Alex?
think of.
Alex.
But like like it's at some points, there's in music itself. Okay, this is what I want to say. In music itself, there is so much repetition of trends coming back, and whether it's 10 years, 15 years, and all of a sudden, people are thinking that they've reinvented the wheel. I think that has been the United States music industry for the past century. So there are some elements of that come into play.
Oh, like the cycling.
Yeah,
of
the
it?
cycling, exactly. So that's my point on that. But I mean,
Yeah.
it ultimately too. It's like there was a great article about how major labels now are, even with big established artists, like they want their artists to test out TikToks and see the engagement on things before they're willing to commit to like large marketing things. And you have like really well established artists that aren't able to put out the music in the way that they want or think that their fans will appreciate the most because of this new style of metrics, that kind of determine what like if a song might go viral and how much money to put behind. Because in the end of the day, like the music industry is high stakes gambling. Like you put the money down, you see where it goes, you let it ride, and if you don't get it back, like you've signed a contract where they
The ROI.
own they own.
Yeah,
they own you.
hold on. So I think the overall point that you're making is you're right, and there is a generational thing that we may sound older, and there's a younger generation older, but I think it's beyond just that. I'm literally just observing and seeing that if it is for the sake of getting views and virality, we have become a slave to the algorithm.
Yeah.
And that is the overall theme here. Is like we're all doing things for the sake of the algorithm. And to be fair, it's not the artist's fault or whatnot. It's like the system has made it that way, right? Like the only way we can get in front of eyes is if we hit those keywords,
Right.
do those key things, get them in the first 3 seconds. And maybe the first 3 seconds is slicing a samurai sword through the mic cord or whatever you gotta do. I don't know. It's like spin your bars like right after you slurp the noodle. Like, actually, that already made me want to watch a video. I'm not gonna lie.
It's working.
I'm just saying.
No, you're absolutely
right. And to me,
right,
it's
man.
like I hate that we've been. I've been a victim of this too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see how we can get more engagement.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. We have put stuff in our bars that is Asian themed.
For sure.
I'm just saying it's 2024. That was 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why is it happening even crazier than that?
Yeah. No, that's a good point. For sure. I mean, as a foodie too, I'm going around to all these restaurants and every owner is like so upset at the fact that for their restaurant to do well or for them to get patrons more than the food, they need to do crazy videos on social. You know, like the ones where like there's a huge splash and then people come in and like just like viral ideas for restaurant patrons, which is crazy. Like it's not even in the art industry. We're not even talking entertainment. For people to come and try their food, they have to sit down and think about ways to get people in there by entertaining them through some kind of content, man.
Yeah.
You know, so we live in that era right now where, you know, attention deficit, people, it's hard to kind of get people's interest or even to people to give any time or day to try something out without winning them over through content, man.
Yeah, I get it. I think at this point in this conversation for me, like I do feel like a little washed, I guess, bringing this up.
No,
But it is an
it's very
observation I've
true.
had, you know?
I mean-
and I just think it's like, it's more more of the overall tragedy that we have to resort to these tactics.
Yeah. All in all, I'm just happy to see more Asian rappers, man. Because I
Yeah,
feel
for
like
sure.
I feel like a couple years back we haven't seen any, or like, you know, they were just kind of brewing underneath.
There's a lot. There's
Yeah.
a lot that's coming out the woodworks, and my algorithm apparently is presenting them all in front of me. you
Why
know?
does Instagram put stuff on my newsfeed that I don't follow? I hate that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's recommended to me, and it's all these whack freestyles, bro. It's like all these little Asian kids, terrible, just like. And they're on my newsfeed, bro. You being super nice, man. I'm letting you know. Some of them, bro.
I'm not into a lot of them, but I
Trash,
can
man.
tell, like, I feel like a lot of them, they have a great voice and a technical skill. What actually does turn me off is that content.
Yeah.
I don't like the content of, like, putting, you know, like you're saying, you know, you're this gook and you never heard this type of gook rap, or
Yeah.
I don't like those bars.
Yeah.
It's just like not original to me.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I hear you. I hear you.
like I can't call out another Asian person for being like, oh, you just started representing, you started repping being Asian a year ago, because everyone's journey is different, right?
Right.
Like that and why am I bashing another brother like or sister who
Yeah.
has had this journey and this
That's so true.
revelation? I
That's
can't
so
call
true.
them out on that.
Yeah, yeah.
So to me, it's like for him to even say that, for whatever the case is,
That was a dead end argument.
it's a dead end argument.
right,
100%.
right. No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Because we talked about this on here, yeah, like in the past, about born again Asians,
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and to me, it's like at that time too, I might have like, you know, just made a little funny bit about it or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
I respect everyone who goes through that journey, and you know, 'cause it takes time for everyone to find that.
Yeah.
You know,
Speaking of born again Asians, going back to what you just said, I'm pretty sure that some of those rappers that are doubling down on the Asian stuff, they weren't even Asian like that.
think so?
Yeah, when they were growing up, like they're with their homies, and you know they're being made fun of or whatever. But then they're like, "Oh, this is in right now. This is fire. So let's go. Go, 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 go." You know what I mean? And they double down, triple down on it.
I mean, to be fair too, you know, what's better than spitting bars? Spitting bars holding a samurai sword. You know,
What's better than
So,
ramen? Ramen. No, you're right.
I get it. Asians got cool props. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Asians got cool props. But here's another argument. though.
What?
If you were black and a Latino rapper,
Mm.
would you hold cultural props in your music videos that reinforce stereotypes?
Wow. Wow.
You know, all the stereotypes we've heard with
Yeah.
black culture and Latino culture, it's like a Latino dude, like sombrero holding a burrito or whatever.
Yeah.
A black person holding a watermelon or something. Like,
Right.
that's literally kind of what we're doing.
Oh, that's true.
That's what we're doing
It's
when
like
we
a
step
caricature- yeah.
up with a bowl of noodles or a samurai sword or a straw hat.
yeah.
We are doing that.
Yeah.
We might as well grab two chiclets and like stick it in front of our
Right,
mouth and
right,
have two
right.
buck teeth coming out.
Yo, that'll be crazy if someone comes out to the mic and they're just like this.
Oh.
And they just hold their, you can't see me.
But I'm not even lying.
Yeah.
That's a bar that they are rapping. I guarantee you one of those rappers is saying a bar while holding their eyes back. You can't see me, like straight up. It's all this shit that we've always hated about other rappers of different races saying something like, I'm smoking weed, I look Chinese.
Right.
You know?
Right,
How
right,
many
right.
bars do we still have that say like, I'm smoking weed, I'm so high, I look Chinese?
Mm-hmm.
That's
You're
still
right.
a regular bar that gets spit.
Yeah. I hope it's the beat it to the punch philosophy, bro. You know what I mean? I hope it's just like, I'll say it first before you do.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'm just pointing it out. We're on a podcast.
love
We're just
it.
talking shit.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that's all it is. All it is.
What's good? Alex, what you been up to, bro?
I've been doing the kind of this. I'm still.
No, I don't, man. What have you been up to?
Yeah,
brother?
I'm still on the job hunt. It is probably one of the worst job markets, kind of.
Let's
in
talk
recent
about that
history.
right now.
Yeah, let's
Alex,
talk about it.
what kind of in this career shift, right? Or in this in between period, what is your dream job?
I get made fun of all the time by my girlfriend by just seeing something and being like, man, like that would be a cool job. I want to do it. Like wanting to like work on a fishing vessel or becoming a truck driver or like all these other things, right? Where like if I really wanted to, I would have done it already. Like go get a CDL, like finance a semi truck and start hauling. So the jobs lately have been divided into like two kind of criteria. One's touring jobs and one's like record label artist management jobs. I am kind of expanding my job search into like looking into like other types of companies in different industries. But I'm confident that like I've gotten some positive feedback from potential employers. But I'm hoping that the job market picks up.
If they say that you have to cut your hair to get the job, are you willing to switch it up?
I thought about that when I was interviewing for a record label job, and I was like, like maybe I should wear long sleeve, like I shouldn't like show my tattoo and stuff. And then I remember that yeah, exactly. But then I remember the person I was interviewing with is like fully tatted, like the neck included and all stuff. And I was like,
Right.
yeah, man, he doesn't care about that. But would I cut my hair and dress nice, put on a suit for a job? Like, yeah, that's part of growing up. The like the New York Yankees, they have a very strict dress code. Like you can't like grow a beard, you can wear a mustache, and you can't have long hair. And I'd say my favorite baseball player, Johnny Damon, growing up, like I was a huge Red Sox fan, and then he did the unthinkable. When he signed with the Yankees, he cut his hair, shaved his beard, and like that was it. That was him, kind of crossing over.
I don't think in this day and age you need
Yeah.
to do all those things.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Could you pull up your resume on the screen?
Yeah.
Can we take a look?
Wow.
Yeah.
What's up?
Can we do like a mock interview, like you guys interview?
Oh yeah. Okay.
it'll be good.
Hold on. Let's pull up your resume first. Just have it up there.
What did you say earlier?
what?
My resume's tight.
Yeah. So we were talking to Alex before this pod, and he was like, "Yo, how's your resume look?" And he's like, "My resume's tight." So let's see if your resume is really tight.
Kicked you up the office.
roasted.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
Let's see.
Let's see how much exaggeration.
From how I'm just looking at you and the way you look right now, I imagine doodles on your resume. Let's see it. Let's see it, bro.
God.
Okay, we got to see it. And then you got to zoom in on it too.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a mock interview. How
Let's
about
do
that?
it. Let's do it.
Let's try a mock interview. Let's interview Alex because I feel like he is a little bit more cockier the way he's presenting himself.
Let's see how
than-
tight it is.
Okay,
man.
whoa, there's a lot going on this resume. Clearly, you want to get into touring because your first section of your resume that takes up 1/3 of the page. It says
The
touring.
first thing I noticed right here.
Yeah, go
Do you
ahead.
think Alexander sounds more professional than Alex?
Alexander definitely sounds
right.
professional.
That's good move.
Very
right there.
good.
Very good.
It
move.
says Alexander J. Kim,
Uh-huh.
Music Solutions and Strategies. Okay, here we
What
go.
have you solved in music, bro?
yeah. Why don't you solve this Asian rapper problem right now? Okay, no, I'm kidding. Okay, here we go. Tour manager, The Rose. That's multiple tours, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I'm already noticing a
Little repeats.
discrepancy.
Talk to me.
Are you supposed to break down every tour of even the regions? It's like you're doing the East Coast leg, the West Coast leg, but do you have to separate the two legs into a section?
That's equivalent to double space in essay
That's
writing.
one tour, bro. It's the same tour in a different region.
It's demonstrating international experience.
Okay,
Right, okay,
fair enough.
okay.
Fair enough. That
Are
was
you
my
supposed
first.
to add time differences? On your...
That was my first question.
right.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
I see. Why don't we just conduct it as an interview?
Yeah,
all right?
yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Hey, Alexander, welcome. Take a seat.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here. Thanks for the opportunity and taking the time to discuss this position with me.
Already talking way too.
Whoa! Slow down, buddy. Slow down. No. We take a look at your resume. Very impressive. We do have a few questions, though. Music solutions and strategies. What is that exactly?
Well, as you know, the music industry is extremely volatile, and there's a lot of different things that you either have to react to or you have to plan for. And music solutions to strategies is kind of a buzz tag that I've come up with that demonstrates my ability to solve problems when everything hits the
That sounds like
fan.
you're glitching out right there. Why don't you solve that first of all?
When everything, I was about to say shit, but I shouldn't say that in an interview, right?
Hell no, you
But,
shouldn't.
And you did.
My ability to find solutions and be resourceful when things go wrong, and also the ability to plan for possible upcoming issues that may arise.
Okay, I have a quick question. We have an Asian rapper we're trying to market over here.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to get any views. He's talented, got a lot of bars. He's just going in, but he's just not popping out.
Yeah.
What would you recommend we do with this rapper? Is there any piece of content we could roll out with?
How would you strategize his rollout?
Yeah, how can we make this guy go viral?
Well, I think, first you have to look at the artistry, listen to the music, and see, what the artist is all about, like what their main goals for the industry are, who they want to present themselves as. A lot of times, like, the best music doesn't ultimately get heard because of poor marketing. And working, it would be a real privilege to work with your robust marketing team. I would love to learn from them and how they perceive the music industry marketing to be. And
What do you think if we dressed him up like a sushi chef?
Well,
And as he is preparing an omakase dinner, he's spitting bars.
A flomakase, if you
A
will.
flomakase. What do you think?
personally, that wouldn't be my first option, but I would love to hear what the artist wants and envisions for their visuals for the music
Do you
video.
think we would offend anyone?
It's possible. Anything's possible, and as we know in this day and age, like virality has so many different avenues.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a look at your touring. Look at this touring section over here. I see
Wow. He's been
Wait.
around the world.
I see the Rose tour, but I noticed that 3 of the tours are all in 2023. Is this the same tour?
Yes, this was a very busy time in my life. I became the Roses tour manager in the summer of 2023, and my first run out was in Europe. I'd never been to Europe before, never done shows in Europe. It was definitely a very eye-opening experience about what the culture's like. But fortunately, I do speak a little bit of other languages like Spanish and French, and it really helped me out in other regions such as Spain.
Can you
Switzerland,
say
and France.
something in French for me? Repeat after me. Dumbfounded is clearly a better artist than anybody I've toured with before.
I don't know if I could say quite that, but
Wait a minute. You
You're gonna
say
lie on
You're gonna lie on the
Dumbfounded est un artiste premier, de le monde, like of the world, like a premier artist of the world. I think.
Okay,
I'll go with
Okay,
that.
all right.
okay,
You passed.
okay.
You passed the test here.
No, I see that you work with some very big artists right here. I see Tiffany Young down there.
Dumbfounded. Oh
yeah.
my god, that guy's
Wow.
insane.
Well, I owe a lot of to where I'm at to Dumbfounded because as an intern, I was able to tour with him immediately.
Very good.
Now
it
we're
was-
talking.
Now, see.
It was the highlight of my life. My first time on the road.
first of
driving
all,
the
highlight of
band,
my life.
Wait.
Highlight of my life.
Were you
is
guys dating?
crazy.
What's going on here?
What's beyond the touring? Can we scroll
yeah,
down a
let's
little
scroll
bit?
down here. We got record label, artist management, operations.
Mm.
He really seems like he's worked in every aspect of the music industry.
He's a very hands-on guy right here.
Record label operations, artist management, publishing, distribution, marketing, brand partnerships, merchandise, media, A&R, and miscellaneous. Let's take a look at this miscellaneous section over here.
Disposing of the bodies.
Office management, onboarding and training,
Right.
shipping and receiving. Not only does he ship, but he also receives the packages.
He's an in and out guy. He's an in and out
Importing and exporting,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
I didn't know receiving required that much of work.
Checking the mailbox.
Receiving. Holy God. You just have to be there when the mailman comes.
Oh my gosh.
Transportation,
Yeah.
research, and live sound. Wow, very impressive.
All
very
jokes
impressive.
aside,
Yes.
Alex, this is a very solid resume.
It's a lot. I
Yeah.
would say, this
Condensed?
we're breaking character right now.
Yeah.
It does seem a lot.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
It does.
It's a lot happening here that I don't know if this could be condensed because it's a little overwhelming. And then you go down and you see Urban Outfitters. So
Where?
right there on the bottom. So to me, it's a little bit like you're laying it on heavy.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'll be real with you. I'm actually at Urban Outfitters. That's what it looks like.
So one of the problems with just my work experience, I was at a great company for 5 years, plus internship and some freelance stuff. Most of my experience is just with one company. So
Yeah.
they do say around 10 years, and it's been about 10 years that you should take prior experiences off. But just because I only have like another internship and, that work experience, that's why I decided to keep it on.
I see.
Can we zoom into skills?
Yeah,
I just
let's take a
wanna
look
see-
at. I'm excited for skills.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this section. Let's go. Proficient in Google Workspace. Okay, Google
Okay.
Workspace is a very user friendly. Okay,
My
let's
mom
keep
knows
going.
Google Workspace.
We're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep moving here.
That's in
Right?
all of the job postings.
Okay, all right,
first
all
thing.
Right.
Microsoft Office.
Okay. What is Master Tour?
Yeah, what's Master Tour?
Master Tour is a tour management app that is like my favorite app. It's
Okay.
schedules, communication,
I see,
assets,
I see.
everything that a tour manager needs. It's in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
app.
and I think artists like check it too.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah,
open
that's how
table.
they know.
Yeah,
That's
I remember.
kind of the joke. It's like, if the artist is gonna ask a dumb question, like I would never say that to any artist. Like
Yeah.
whenever they ask a question, I'm like, yeah, man, it's like here's the answer.
I-
but they can always just go to Master Tour.
Didn't
and
we
check it.
use that on our tour? And then you was telling me to check the Master Tour.
No,
My blood
no,
was
no.
fucking
We weren't- we weren't-
boiling.
Oh my
First
god.
of all, I wasn't the tour manager for
If
them,
any
and
tour
we were
manager
not, we were
tells
not
me to
using
ch-
tour manager.
If any
Master
tour manager asked me to check the Master Tour app,
Dude.
I am gonna lose my
That's what I'm
shit.
saying.
Yeah.
I never have done that.
I
but,
would lose
yeah.
my
Instant
shit.
termination.
Kind of the joke.
All
but,
right.
yeah.
Okay, let's see what you're experienced in right now.
Experience using Pro Tools, Machine, Tractor, Serato, Reason, Sibelius.
Lie. I'm kidding.
Yo, I know for a fact there's at least 3 apps you do not know how to use out of this bunch right here. So you're saying you could just run your own tour, and perform at your own tour?
Well, like Pro Tools is recording, Machine is more for creation and sound design. Tractor and Serato are DJ software. Reason is also another like music sound design thing. Sibelius is sheet music and notation, and then the rest are like video and photo editing. It's if someone, it depends on like the jobs I was applying for. Like if it was like film scoring, like I feel like they would figure that out really quickly. But could I take some of these off? Probably.
No. I love it.
No, we're just roasting you. All right, relax.
You know what I realized too? The masterful wording of this resume. Because when you write experience using, right? You could just open a file on something, right?
Like I experienced this.
I undo, delete.
Yeah.
I hit undo.
I think the main software that's missing and something that maybe during this time I should take the time to learn is Ableton Live. Like that's really the industry standard.
Oh, that's what
live
you're
touring.
thinking, bro?
Yeah. It's
you
like
think
now
that's the determining factor? All right.
like
I
that's important. People are looking for Ableton Live of operators.
And I'll say this is the cherry on the top
Let's
of
go,
the whole resume
Let's
here.
go,
It
bro.
made the last line. One more line after this, and it would have gone to the second page. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Excels in versatility,
All caps, by the way.
resourcefulness, resolution, teamwork, problem solving, and trend spotting.
Which Staples inspirational poster did you steal this from? Trend spotting.
I love the last 2 words, trend spotting.
I wore
love
neon
that.
in high school.
I love it.
This is crazy, bro.
I love it. I don't know. It's
I
good.
like it. I
it's
like
strong.
it. It's very strong.
It's strong. So if they asked you about trend spotting, if they asked you like, give me an example of a trend you foresaw coming, well, how would you answer?
I would say there was as okay. We're gonna take it back a little bit too far in time to like 2019, right when TikTok was kind of having its heyday. One of my assignments was to research and find up and coming Asian American TikTok users. And at the time, I had this sheet going. I was just logging, but then I would go back and highlight people that we could reach out to or anything. But
certain content creators that you saw that were
potential.
making some noise. Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I had on the sheet like Bella Porch before she had hit 1 million followers. I think she was at like maybe 400,000 or 500,000 followers.
Okay, that's
And,
early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there was her, but we're okay. Trying to get back in character. As a fan of music and pop culture, I'm always looking into new artists and researching more about them.
Can't laugh at your own.
I know. But that's probably what I would say. I mean, in the true nature, of things, like I'm about to turn 30, and I don't know if I can this is me just saying this personally. I don't know if I can confidently say like I know exactly what the pulse of the young kids is like doing. Like it is kind of sometimes a mystery, but I do like digging into the different things that I see.
So what you're telling me is you're a master at hitting the save button on TikTok.
I mean, I think trend spotting. When I was talking about like cyclic, like when things like come back and when things fall out of favor,
Yeah.
or different trends on, say, like video editing or fashion or style. Like I do believe like I have my own personal set of rules. Like it's not a blanket. It doesn't apply to everything. But I do love patterns, and finding patterns, seeing if there is pattern or correlation. I do believe that that's one of my strengths.
It's like I've been on Skibbity Toilet for 20 years. For 20 years, I've been on Skibbity Toilet. All jokes aside, Alex, I obviously hired you, so I believe in your experience, and I believe in everything you're mentioning about being resourceful,
Absolutely.
finding resolutions.
Absolutely.
So anybody would be,
Any future employers,
yeah.
I always feel a sense of security and just another layer of like professionalism when Alex is around.
Yeah.
I definitely do co-sign that.
I will say one of the skills that really stands out on this resume that I've seen executed is transportation. This motherfucker will swoop you up wherever you are at. Yeah, so I know that you will excel any department.
Well, Alexander, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
man.
that was great. A round of applause.
Round of
man.
applause.
Round of applause.
Hey, Alex,
thanks for your consideration.
Yeah, no.
Alex, thanks for being a good sport about that. But Alex is looking for a job. Actually, he is employed here, but he's looking for more full-time situation. If you guys are hiring any musician out there who is looking for a tour manager who's very experienced, these are huge tours that he's been on, except mine. But a lot of these tours have been my tours were actually very tough.
Yeah.
He roughed it out.
If anything, the smaller tours were harder.
They are hard. Yeah,
Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Because it's less
Glamorous.
Yeah.
It's like camping compared to like glamping. Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect.
No, it is.
It is.
yeah.
It's absolutely. He had to wear many hats. He had to wear many hats.
He wears only one hat, but usually
He
wears
owns one hat.
He owns one hat, but wears many hats.
yeah, never wore a pattern in his life, but he does seek patterns.
Doesn't wear anything trendy, but he spots them. He spots them, though. I will tell you that.
Oh my god!
Oh man!
Oh, I love it.
And he will receive the hell out of stuff. He will receive the hell out of things. Alex,
Could be a half pager. To be honest,
could be completely a half pager.
Yeah.
Can we revise this for you, actually, man?
man.
I do think it's really wordy in that middle section. Like, it's a lot.
but let's be real. You wrote resumes back then too, right?
Yeah.
We had to do a lot of fillers.
But that's what I'm saying. It seems like someone who's trying to do a lot of fillers. There's like that section is a lot. Would you agree, Alex? That's a lot going on right there.
Yeah, it's a little bit it's a little bit clunky, but basically It's tough because there's two types. Like, a lot of jobs at like bigger labels are only looking for a person that's like good at one thing. Like they want manager at A&R. Like they want something with years of A&R experience and A&R experience only, or marketing, or like specific things. I am like, it's kind of one of those jack of all trades, master of none kind of type situations. So, when I talk about my versatility, I think, versatility might be one of the most overused words in job searching this year, but that is probably the strength that I lead with. That middle section of label and artist management operations is to kind of demonstrate that I have some basis with all of these different parts of the music industry, and
that record label section part. It looks like you Googled what does record label do, and you copy pasted everything that a record label.
Yo, for real though. That's every job a record label does.
Yeah. He is the Asian Jimmy Iovine right here.
He's like, I'm also the artist. It's insane. But wait, could I mention something on this resume, and we can transition to the next section of the pod? But producer of the Fun with Them podcast for 140 plus episodes. Wow. That deserves a round of applause there.
That is crazy.
And mentioning 140 plus episodes, next week will be our 300th episode.
We're at 300 episodes already.
300 episodes. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get a round of applause in the room for that? It makes me very happy. I think we've had so many fun experiences on this pod, man. And everywhere I go, there's a fan who tells me not only do they enjoy the podcast, but somehow it's, helped them through a rough time.
Yeah.
They love the certain discussions we're having. It's opened so many doors for all of us. You, me, Steffi, Rec, like so many of us.
That's an understatement, for
it's
sure.
It's opened up doors for everyone except Alex, apparently. So hopefully this episode will get Alex a job.
And shout out to all the viewers that stuck with us. You know what I mean? The evolution of the podcast as well.
And I want to, we could talk about that next week. I want to talk about that next week, but I just want to give a heads up to everyone watching right now that next week we're shooting the 300th episode. We're going to have a lot of old faces come by. We also want to do the live stream.
Ooh.
So we're going to stream it live
on,
I believe, YouTube. Yeah, we'll do it on YouTube.
Okay.
Live on YouTube, and we're going to take calls on Discord like we used to.
I might do a few Minority Reports.
Yeah.
Just for
Oh my God.
I might do a few Minority Reports.
I missed that so much.
Just for.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long
Come on.
time.
I
bro.
totally even forgot about that. Okay. So next week we're taking live calls on the air like we used to.
Yeah.
And you guys can call in, give your testimonials, your best memories, your favorite moments from the podcast.
I love it.
And then Rick will do a couple of Minority Reports. And if you guys aren't familiar with what Minority Report was, for so many of the episodes on Fun with Them, he would guess the ethnicity of the caller based on their voice. And he had about a 72% success rate.
Yeah.
Started falling off, though. I don't know what happened. I think you've been eating too much.
It's because a lot of half-halves called in, bro. A lot of halpas called in, dude.
Yeah.
The
Happas got together like, yo, we got to throw him off.
Dude, I can't believe we're at 300.
300.
Wow.
I'm so excited, man.
Yeah.
It's been... I honestly will say it's been some of my happiest moments.
Yeah.
I've had laughs on this podcast that has just saved some of my depression. Like just hilarious moments. And we've also had very angry moments.
But I feel like I was going to say that I leveled up as a man because of this podcast too.
Same.
Just to, you know what I mean?
Same.
Just to the valleys and all that. It's like, it's the way we bounce back,
Yep.
And that's testament to our friendship as well too, because it got spicy.
Man, we almost stopped being friends because of this podcast.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but it made us stronger.
It made us stronger.
Our friendship stronger.
100%.
Man,
you know what I mean?
I love you, man. I love you. I love everybody who's worked on this pod. I'm going to mention all the names next week. We'll save that for the 300th episode. I just wanted to make an announcement right now. If you guys want to call in, we will announce in the next few days what day we're going to do the podcast live on stream. How you can call in on the Discord so we can talk to you live on the air.
Perfect.
Bring some of the old faces through, and yeah, man, we went through so much on this podcast.
We did.
During COVID, we were still doing the pod.
Yeah.
irresponsibly.
We had
You
our
know?
masks down.
We had our masks on.
Exactly. And just a maturation too.
Oh my
the,
God.
the quality of conversation.
And we'll tell some untold stories of behind the scenes.
Yeah,
of this
let's
pod.
do that.
Alex, I know you got some too.
Let's do that.
Let's talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alex, just what are your just thoughts and feelings that we got number 300 next week?
Wow, 300 episodes. Sorry, I've still got my like interview face on, but but no, it really ultimately has to come down to personal growth that we've all seen. Like, I think from where we were when we started, like, I joined, so far on, but seeing you guys really grow into who you are as people now, the responsibility, taking like ownership of your lives, really. Like, I feel
having
like
a
we
kid.
all
Yeah.
like we've all been in places that were really turbulent, and I'm just so happy that you guys are really flourishing, and yeah.
I can honestly say at one point in the last 5 years, each and every individual who's been part of this podcast has thought about quitting.
Yeah.
Every single person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, we'll talk about these like dark times. We'll talk about like really good memories. I really want to talk to all the fans. So I really want everyone to tune in and call in wherever you are in the world. Wherever
This
you're
300 is
tuning
going
in.
to be big.
It's going to
bro.
be, I mean, I just think it's going to be, whatever. I don't expect it to be big.
Right.
I want to be there with the core fans who's been following us.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you've been following us the last few months, but you have become invested in part of this Fun with Dumb family.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Should we wrap things up on that?
I think that's
Are
the
we
perfect
good?
bow right there.
We got to cover anything else? Anything else in the world that we're not experienced in? I think we're good, guys.
Yes.
Next week, 300th episode, Fun with Dumb live stream and taking live calls on the air. We might bring a Minority Report back.
Let's do it.
Rick Lee, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Your host, Dumbfounded. Tune in next week for another episode, y'all. Peace.